This is Chapter 11, which is the RML zone, which is limited multifamily residential. We have a couple policy changes in this chapter. The first being that maintenance and shared use agreements for access and parking will be recorded separately from the final plat or any other legal document. Again, this is just for clarity and to keep things separate and to not create any confusion. And then the next one, a maximum property area of 9,000 square feet has been added when it is a single family dwelling. So when you have a single family dwelling on a property in the RML zone, the largest parcel size you can have is 9,000 square feet. And this was to increase our density. And the minimum property area required was reduced to 4,000 square feet when it's a single family home, again, to increase our density. And then when there's multifamily structures in the RML zone, the first two units for each residential structure will require 6,000 square feet. We clarified this for each residential structure to ensure that if in the future the structure is split off from the other structures and they each have their own lots, that they have a certain amount of square feet if they were to be split. The next policy change, each additional dwelling unit will still require the 1,350 square feet of land. So you have your first two units will require 6,000. The next unit after that will require 1,350, but it cannot exceed 3,500 square feet per dwelling unit for that additional unit. Again, that's to increase our density. The next policy change, minimum property width we're proposing to be reduced to 30 feet. And that is to be compatible with the reduction in lot sizes that we're proposing and also to increase our density. The next policy change is the front setback from living area. We are proposing to reduce it from 20 feet to 15 feet. The setback from the garage will be 20 feet still. That is staying the same. So you still have your 20-foot setback to the garage for parking, but to the living area, it will be a 15-foot setback, and that is to put a greater emphasis on the home, the living area, rather than the emphasis on the garage or the parking. And then the next one, we added a density range to the code. We've had the density range, we just added it to the code for reference purposes and to make sure that it is in code, so we follow that. The last policy change is the RML zone is now required to conform to design review and open space requirements in chapters 33 and 34. So we did this because we thought multifamily housing should have to go through design review. So now anything in the RML zone will have to conform to design review standards and landscaping standards as they're laid out in chapters 33 and 34. So then I can show you where these changes are. Let's see, 10.11.2a. So this is the maintenance and shared use agreement. The minimum and maximum property area required right here. This is where we added the for each additional unit, it cannot exceed 3,500 square feet. And that, again, all of these changes are to increase our density. And here is the reduction to the 30 feet for minimum property width, again, to increase our density. And this is the change to the setback from 20 feet to 15 feet for the livable space only. And then we added in the density requirements here to ensure that they're in code for the specific chapters. And 10.11.7 is the last change. They have to conform to design review and open space requirements. And those are all of the policy changes to chapter 11, the RML zone.